A shockwave that no one anticipated has rocked the tennis world. A collision path that feels more like a script ripped from a blockbuster than a typical tour match. The 20-year-old Filipino prodigy Alex Eala has been formally locked into a high-stakes matchup with world number 5 Elena Rybakina, the ice queen herself. Nor is this taking place in a peaceful area of the draw. This is the focal point, major attraction, and main event of the WTA 500, the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, where reputations are sometimes forged and occasionally destroyed. This isn't just another scheduled game. It's 2020 XS. The timing of this raw, electric version of David versus Goliath could not be more explosive. Rybakina, who is playing what can only be called god-tier tennis, is coming off an Australian Open final run. Her ground strokes are surgical, her serve is brutal, and her composure is frightening. However, her name doesn't seem to be the most prominent one in discussions from Moscow to Almighty. In areas that typically don't give a damn about anyone outside of the top 10, Alex Eala, who is ranked outside of the top 40, is suddenly the most talked about name on billboards in the United Arab Emirates. When huge digital screens from Dubai to Abu Dhabi begin to illuminate Alex's face, something remarkable is about to happen when hundreds of Filipino fans start planning trips, and even Rybakina acknowledges that the atmosphere could become hostile. Music, this is not just hype for the sake of hype. This is the prelude of an actual tennis match. All of this culminates in a single, intractable question. Is the iron-forged determination and renowned Pinoy grit of Filipino sportsmen powerful enough to break through the frozen armor of a machine like Rybakina? Or are we going to see a harshly honest introduction to the major leagues that serves as a reminder to young aspirants of how harsh the rules of professional tennis can be? Every facet of this rivalry deserves to be revealed over the coming weeks. Surface-level narratives are not the issue here. This has to do with strategies, psychology, statistics, and the subtle factors that are causing the wealthiest people in the room to start looking at the underdog. This contest is important because of this. You must comprehend Elena Rybakina in order to comprehend the strain. She is emotionless. She is not a performer. She doesn't provide the audience with much to cling to. The moniker Ice Queen is not something you get by mistake. Her expression hardly changes whether she's crushing a rival or persevering through a defeat. There is only a cold, laser-focused presence that may be utterly intimidating. No fist pumps, no meltdowns, and no music. However, something felt different this time. Rybakina made a seemingly innocuous remark when questioned about facing Alex Eala in Abu Dhabi. "I'll be well prepared." She's playing really well, courteous, professional, and unmemorable, right? Not if Rybakina is familiar. She seldom ever gives out compliments prior to a game. The telltale sign was that Alex's name even elicited recognition. That was deference. Furthermore, in Rybakina's world, danger is the only thing deserving of respect. Respect is something that must be earned. Alex Eala is neither a novelty act nor a heartwarming tale clinging to a fortunate run. She has a track record of being a huge murder. Take a look back at the Miami Open from the previous season, where she astonished the tennis community by defeating 2 former world number 1 players consecutively. She destroyed them with big forehands, fearless shot selection, and a court IQ that seemed years ahead of her years. She didn't edge past them or survive on mistakes. It wasn't an accident, that run. The comment reverberated throughout the changing rooms. You run the danger of underestimating her. This is where the contrast gets almost cinematic, so let's move from tape to tape. Built like a tower, Rybakina is 1.84 meters tall and frequently reaches speeds of 190 kilometers per hour. She played a style of tennis that shouts efficiency, short points, swift endings, and little needless drama, and in 2024 and 2025, she led the tour in aces. She has a straightforward philosophy. Put an end to rallies before they begin. Alex Eala, on the other hand, is about 1.70 meters tall. A left-hander with legs that seem to run on a separate battery and exceptional return instincts. She excels in the trenches, pulling opponents into protracted confrontations and making them hit one ball after another. Her weapons are stamina, speed, and music anticipation. There is an ideological conflict in this matchup. Elegant grit versus brute force. An unstoppable force that is willing to suffer for every square inch of court and wants to run against an immovable object. On paper, Rybakina should win in Abu Dhabi's sleek, hard courts. The surface moves quickly. The ball skids. Large servers typically feast. This particular detail, however, is what keeps coaches up at night. In Abu Dhabi, evening games add a sense of humor. Air that is heavy. A tiny bit of drag is sufficient to slow the ball down. It's all about that fraction. That's what separates a return that comes back with interest from a clean ace. Alex must use that window to convert thunderbolt serves into counterpunch possibilities. Rybakina is aware of it. The nerves begin to murmur at that point. Next is the silent calamity known as the lefty factor, which is not well represented by statistics. On the tour, just 10 to 12% of players hit with their left hand. This indicates that Rybakina has been honing her reflexes to deal with right-handed patterns for almost her whole career. That wiring becomes jumbled when Alex crosses the net. Serves with a broader slice. Forehands leap in unexpected directions. The court's geometry seems off. It's not theory. This is the collision of repetition and physics. Using this precise edge, Rafael Nadal created an empire by continuously attacking right-handers with strong lefty spin until their backhands failed. Alex is familiar with this blueprint. She is brutal enough to apply it point after point because she has studied it. That sharpness is amplified by movement. There is a price for Rybakina's power. Her center of gravity is higher at her height, which makes abrupt direction changes more difficult. She's not elastic, but she's also not slow. With her rapid movement and lower base, Alex glides over the court and finds shots that other players miss. The Manila training videos that were leaked weren't just hype. They displayed a player who is physically advanced, quicker first steps, unwavering balance, and, possibly most concerning for her rivals, a petrol tank that never seems to run out. The strategy is self-evident. Make it an attrition fight. Rybakina aspires to score a ton of tennis points in 3 shots. Alex desires 10, 15, and 20. She wants legs to doubt their devotion and lungs to burn. Because cracks show up when Rybakina is pushed into that type of grind. Anger begins to seep in. Additionally, matches disappear more quickly than everyone anticipates when the Ice Queen even slightly loses her emotional equilibrium. But rackets aren't the only tools used in tennis. It is performed mentally. This is the point at which the imbalance in pressure becomes obvious. Rybakina is the seed and favorite, the defending presence in Abu Dhabi, where she just raised the championship. Winning is not a bonus for her. It's a requirement. It would hurt to lose to a player who isn't in the top 40 on this level. Rankings fluctuate, and sponsors take note. Stories change. Conversely, Alex Eala is fiddling with house money. Freedom is carried by the underdog. Every game that is won feels like a triumph. Each set that is taken seems like a headline. A tense favorite is poisoned by that looseness. The equation tilts considerably further when the crowd is included. Imagine Rybakina being hit by a wall of noise as she leaves, anticipating courteous applause. Filipino luck. There are flags everywhere. Gazing down from the arena screens was Alex's face. That kind of environment penetrates the skin. Alex feeds on it regardless of how cold the outside is. She plays lighter the louder it gets. Rybakina is up against more than simply a foe. She is up against an army. And the narrative is just getting started. Because this match becomes more than just tennis once you zoom out. It turns into a clash of cultures and a sneak peek at the future of the sport. However, that layer, the one that transforms this from a fantastic match into a pivotal moment, deserves a thorough examination of its own. This matchup is more than simply a sporting event when you zoom out far enough. Narratives, systems, and music eras collide. Elena Rybakina, the epitome of the contemporary tennis machine, is positioned on one side, developed, honed, and polished by a top-tier system intended to create champions. Music, state-supported initiatives, first-rate facilities, an unlimited supply of data, and a staff that optimizes every aspect. She stands for the status quo and the traditional methods used to create champions in the 21st century. Effective, brutal, and, to the greatest extent feasible, predictable. Alex Eala, a living example of the formula's opposite, is on the other side. A young woman from the Philippines, a country never seen as a tennis superpower, forced her way into top discussions with her unwavering belief, intense work ethic, and raw grit. No safety net, no conveyor belt, just talent honed by sacrifice. This match has captivated the attention of people who aren't only tennis enthusiasts because of this disparity. There is more to Alex's game than merely ranking points. She is sharing a tale that has universal appeal. She represents every nation that has ever been told that tennis isn't for them each time she takes the court. The notion that excellence is exclusive to specific zip codes is refuted by each forehand champion. Sponsors are taking notice because of this. Look closely at the advertisements as you stroll across the United Arab Emirates. It's not Ryanis's face looking back at you. Alex Eala is here. Brands know something that rankings are unable to quantify. Cells that struggle. Genuine travels bring people together. Hearts are moved more by a young contender clawing her way up than by a stoic juggernaut winning effectively. The pressure dynamics are so uneven because of this. Rybakina stands to lose everything. Alex stands to benefit greatly. Most individuals are unaware of how important that psychological imbalance is. Every lost chance seems more painful when you're expected to succeed. The chest tightens with each unconverted break point. In contrast, Alex is able to swing freely. In the absence of fear, aggression seems natural. That is the thinking that causes agitation. Fairy stories don't win matches on their own, so let's set passion aside and focus on cold, hard statistics. The serve should come first. Rybakina's first serve lands at about 65% with an average speed of about 192 kilometers per hour. She wins about 3/4 of those points when it lands. That is borderline unjust and elite. Alex's serve is more subdued. It hovers at about 170 kilometers per hour and is roughly 62% accurate. That appears to be a mismatch at first glance. However, Alex doesn't make her money on the serve. It's the coming back. The numbers change at this point. In recent intense games, Alex has an incredible return point percentage that is 1 percentage point more than 80%. She swiftly converts defense into offense, neutralizes tempo, and recognizes patterns early. Music. The difference becomes more pronounced as you delve deeper. With a breakpoint conversion rate of about 38% and a return win percentage of about 45%, Alex is among the top 15 players on the circuit. Translation: she accepts your serve as soon as she sees it. Despite all of her might, Rybakina converts less than 30% of her break opportunities and is closer to a 35% return win percentage. She creates fewer opportunities and takes advantage of fewer of them. Music, that efficiency difference becomes crucial in close games.
T.